The new De.Fi V2 token launch has an insane referral program. So if you have an extensive network within the crypto space and you like to earn a little bit on the side, then be sure to continue watching. First things first, what is this referral program about? Well, as you can see on the official website, you can earn 20% of all the deposits made by your referrals. 15% of this is in the token deposited. So if somebody uses Ethereum, USDC, or DAI, you will actually get 15% of whatever they deposit in that coin. So in this case, there was somebody who used my referral link and they deposited USDC. And on that, I got $33. And from this person who used my referral link, I got 20 USDT on the Polygon network. You can also see I can redeem this immediately. The only thing I can't redeem right away is the 5% in DeFi tokens that is being released by a vesting schedule. Now, I hope that you guys at least want to know what referral link you are sharing. So we're going to take a quick look at what De.Fi V1 is, and then we'll take a look at what De.Fi V2 is. So when you arrive on the De.Fi website, you will notice that it's basically a wallet tracker. And on top of that, they created what they call a antivirus for Web3. Now, I'm sure you're wondering what the hell is an antivirus for Web3. But basically, they got two products. They got a scanner and a shield. Clicking on the scanner, you can see that you can copy paste any smart contract token or NFT into here, and then it will start analyzing that contract and see if there are any red flags. So just as a test, let's copy paste the address of Neo Tokyo Outer Citizens and see what they have to say. So looking at the Neo Tokyo NFT contract, we see that there is proxy upgradability and that is considered as a high risk. Otherwise, everything else looks fine. Anyway, I think you get the gist of it, and it's very easy to use. It's completely free. So that's why I initially made a video about this project a few months ago. The other thing that we find is the shield. So over here, you can analyze your wallet, and this is my 10K challenge wallet. Right now, I didn't do much with it because, yeah, so far I haven't been able to successfully get many funds in there, and it seems to be very hard to get from zero to that first $100. If you want to find out more about that 10K challenge, just click on the link that pops up now in the top right corner. Basically, it's a challenge in which I try to go from a completely empty wallet to $10,000. Regardless, if you connect your wallet, you will be able to see if there are any high threats regarding to your wallet. You can compare this feature to websites such as revoke.cash. Over here, again, you can copy paste your wallet and it will start looking if you are exposed to any risks. Most of the time, it just checks if you have an allowance for certain contracts, and if you put it on maximum, then of course you always have the risk that these tokens can be completely drained. If you don't put it on max and you have a limit on there, then of course it's much safer. Next to that, we have some nice tools that will help you doing your research, such as the rec database and the audits database. So on the rec database, you'll find all the biggest hacks and of course also the latest hacks right here. In the audits database, you can look for certain projects and you can see if there are any public security audits available. Let's search for Uniswap, for example. There you go. As you can see, Uniswap has some public audit reports. One of them is Consensus Diligence on the 11th of January 2019, and then we have Trail of Bits in 2021. Okay, now that we know what this De.Fi 2.1 is all about, then let's see what we can find out about De.Fi 2.0. The first thing you'll notice is that they have a heavy focus on their De.Fi token launch. So basically you can invest in their IDO or ICO, however you want to call it, and currently we're in around 7 out of 10. The whole page is basically a one-pager, so if we start scrolling down, we'll get a little bit more information about who is investing in it. So they're trying to create some trust around the team, the advisors, and so forth. But the part that I'm most interested in starts here. Now, as we can see, the De.Fi 2.0 ecosystem consists out of all the features that we have in De.Fi version 1, which is a social profile, your dashboard, a way to explore the different yields, and then the scanner and shield that we just discussed. This, of course, brings us to the question, what is new? Well, one of the new things coming up is the De.Fi credit card. So it's a credit card, not a debit card. And then the real new features who are important, in my opinion, are De.Fi Connect, De.Fi GPT, and the L2 chain. So what the hell is De.Fi Connect? From the little information that I can find, De.Fi Connect builds on the social profile system by turning it into a full-fledged social network. As most of you know, SocialFi is pretty hot, so I think they're trying to build on this hype. The next one is De.Fi GPT. Again, in my opinion, this is something just building on a current hype. So De.Fi GPT is a cutting-edge AI-powered tool that helps you make smarter crypto investment decisions. So just looking at this example, you can ask it questions like, where's the highest yield, and so forth. Personally, I think it's a high play, and of course, if they do some serious effort in creating a proper data set, it could be a nice tool, and I hope it will be free, because this is something I wouldn't pay for, but it's definitely a nice addition to their toolkit. Last but not least, and I think this is the most important part of their upgrade, which is the L2 chain. From what I understand, the layer 2 chain that they're going to build will be the most important use case of their new DeFi token. As you can see, sadly, the information is limited, but from what we can see here is that the goal is that they will decentralize all the tools that they have, and of course, all of the tools will then run on their layer 2 chain. Another logical conclusion would be is that you will need to use a DeFi token in order to use any of the tools. Right, then let's take a quick look at the numbers. So if we keep scrolling down, we have De.Fi in the numbers. So again, they started in 2020. Apparently they have over 60 people on their team, more than 3 million unique users, and apparently $1 billion in money saved. So yeah, scrolling down, we see some more information about the team. My suggestion here is that you go to LinkedIn, see if you have any first line or second line context, and then just check the whole team out and see what their history is before moving forward. Another thing that you can do is double check these references. As we can see, they have some very important mentions from big accounts on Twitter. Very easy to check it. Just go to the official Twitter accounts of CZ Binance, of Arbitrum, and so forth, and see if you can find these retweets. Scrolling down even more, we see some more news mentions, and then the roadmap. The roadmap is very important, and luckily this one is also very extensive. Last but not least, we have the tokenomics. At a glance, you will see that about 45% goes to the community. I count community as the early adopters, incentives for liquidity providers, the community and development grants, and of course what they call community. That leaves 18% for what I call insiders. So those are people who were able to enter the seed round and who are considered strategic investors. And that of course leaves 37% in direct control by the team. 12% is in the treasury reserves. 15% is reserved for development / the team, so literally the team itself. And then 10% is for marketing budget. So what's my conclusion for this project? Well, first of all, the referral program is strong. I told this in the beginning of this video, and that's the most important part why I made this video. However, you should never push a project that you don't understand or that you don't like. So that's why I gave you a full explanation of what to expect from this De.Fi project. Now, before I give you the rest of my conclusion, I think it's important to know that I did invest into this project myself and that the video that I made a few months ago was a sponsored video. So, being as neutral as possible, I think they are playing on a lot of hypes, which is fine if they can act fast. However, to be promising in the long term, I think they should focus on what makes them unique, and that is, in my opinion, the Web3 antivirus. When I see a social app and a AI bot, I get a little bit nervous, and I hope that they are not going to spread themselves too thin, chasing all these different hypes. I also don't like how hard it is to find a white paper. I still didn't find a white paper, and the information on the website is very limited, and in my opinion, not enough to make a serious decision or a bigger investment. You just need more information than what you can find there. Now, what are the good things? Well, the current products work. So everything that we find on De.Fi is nice, it works, the scanner is good, the shield is good, and so forth. And I also noticed that their marketing is definitely on point, otherwise you don't get to 3 million users. They have been around for a while. The team is doxed, so you can find them on LinkedIn and so forth. And I also have a handful of second line contacts when I look at who's working at De.Fi on LinkedIn. Now that we know what I like about the De.Fi V2 launch, let's talk about what I don't like. Personally, I think the current De.Fi V2 launch is a bit too salesy and it gives me really ClickFunnels vibes. If you're into e-commerce, you probably know exactly what I mean. As I mentioned before, I also think it lacks depth to make any serious investments. And I also think there's a risk that they're spreading themselves too thin, running after different hypes. This brings me to my final conclusion. I'm treating De.Fi V2 as a degen play, and it goes into my little IDO bucket, which means high risk, small investment, aka casino money, and I'll check again in 1 year. If you're still interested in diving into this project, well, then I want to ask you, if you want to use my referral link, you'll find it in the description of this video. And if possible, and you want to help me with my 10K challenge, then please use Ethereum or any other gas token on whatever chain that you're going to use, because it's very hard, I noticed, to get from $0 into a wallet to $100. If you want to learn more about the 10K challenge, just click on the link that pops up now in the top right corner. Basically, I'm trying to start with a completely empty wallet and get to $10,000. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you don't follow yet, please click that follow button. Don't forget to hit that like button and post a comment. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.